So usually my advice for turning is to sit at the front and load the suspension of the bike, and that helps turn the bike. But there are some exceptions to the rule. And today we are using the corners that are the exception. So when we have a long sweeper that is bumpy and not sharp, so we don't really need to fight the bike on the turn, sometimes it is better to stay standing rather than upsetting the balance of the bike by sitting down. So this long sweeper, like I've said, I would stay standing and keep the power going, and then on the exit, drive your head forwards. So today we're at the soon-to-be new track with Kevin, who is an intermediate rider, and we're going to do some corner work with him. So he came in a little bit too hot, braked a little bit too hard. So let's see what we can do to improve his cornering.
So the corner was very bumpy on exit, and I couldn't really accelerate out of the corner. It felt like I came to a complete stop, and it was just very, very bumpy, very, very slow.
Okay, so there's a few mistakes that I spotted going around that sweeping turn. The first one is you're braking too aggressive and I'd say too late. So you want to be smoother on the braking. Number two, once or twice I saw you sat down around the whole corner. This corner is very bumpy and it's very gradual. So I would actually stay standing on the foot pegs, and that allows you to soak up the bumps. And when we exit the turn, if we're stood up, what we want to do is we want to drive our head forwards as we're coming out of the turn. That helps us accelerate without falling off the back of the bike, which is even more important to do when you're standing up on the bike.
So we have Ben now showing us how the corner should be hit. As you can see, his entry speed is a lot better because he's standing up, and his exit speed is, I don't know what I'm saying.
Another corner that I would do the same for is a very tight chicane section, because you have to sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up. It's just wasted energy and often not that much faster. So sometimes it's better just to stay standing in the tight chicanes. You'll see this a lot in the woods and in enduro, but on this track that's about to be our new track in Hanoi, you also see these tight chicanes, and I would stay standing for those too. So now I'm over by the tight chicane corners to have a little look at how Kevin's doing them, and hopefully we can give him some advice. Kevin is staying seated in these corners, and then he's having to stand, sit, stand, sit. And my advice on these tight chicanes would be to stand up the whole way. Like that. Perfect. So as you can see, that was a lot smoother and also a lot more energy efficient. And that is two reasons to stay standing in these tight chicanes. Okay, let's see if I can stop Kevin and ask him how he found it. Kevin, oi! Stop! How was that? How did you find standing in those corners?
Standing, I felt like there was so much more grip. I could put some power down, where if I didn't stand, I'll put power, they'll just spin out.
Yeah. I noticed it looked a lot smoother the last couple times when you're standing.
It did. Yeah, 100%.
Thank you for watching, guys. If you're impressed with Kevin being able to improve his tight turns and his long sweepers, then you can always book a lesson through our website in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, then check out my Cambodian race on screen now. Thanks.